Good morning, everyone. This is Lynn Sugiyama. We'll go ahead and start our Eitaikyo service. We'll do the ringing of the bell, and then we will have the chanting of the Sanbutsuge on page 95 in the book. Again, we'll do the ringing of the bell, and then we'll have the chanting of the Sanbutsuge on page 95 in the book. Thank you. Please join Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda. 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 Namanda.
心熱症状、意図がこ、へらく安穏、放物神妙、世が心象、没願の日、力少々よ、ちもせそん、ちが信行、上領子孫、ちが信行、軽量心死、直読中、あ行承知、因中け、あ
Morning, everyone. I hope everyone was able to hear me and Vonn Sensei and Mako Sensei fine for our chanting of the Sambutsuge. I'd like to go ahead and read an adoration for our Eitaikyo service. So let's put our hands together in Gasho. So reverently, we come before the shrine of the Amida Buddha, the Holy One, the Perfect One. We're here to commemorate our Eitaikyo service, our perpetual memorial service for our loved ones who have passed away. With gratitude, we have brought our offerings of love and devotion. We earnestly strive to understand the Buddhist teachings and to walk every day in the blessed path so that we may attain perfect nirvana. Please join me in Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. So again, good morning. We're trying something a little bit different today as having a online service. And so I want to thank all of you for joining me today for this service. So to begin, I'd like to go ahead and do my Dharma talk. Let's pour hands together in Gasho. This is a verse from the Shoshinge. When foolish beings of delusion and defilement awaken Shinjin, the interesting heart and mind, we realize that birth and death is itself nirvana and universally guide sentient beings to enlightenment. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. So I want to thank Vonn Sensei and Michael Sensei for chanting with me the Sam Butsuge. And so it's kind of nice being here at the temple, being able to hold this service with all of you for this Eitaikyo service. So we're going to try to also get this copy to put this online so that everyone can see on the YouTube and Facebook channels. So today we're here to commemorate this year's Eitaikyo service. So Eitaikyo means from Japanese that this is a perpetual memorial service, and it's a time that we remember our loved ones who have passed away, who are on this list. And so this is a fund that our loved ones have donated to. It helps to the temple to buy essential books, Buddhist books, educational material to help our Sangha, our membership, learn about Buddhism. And also it helps in building and repairing structures here at the temple. And so this Eitaikyo, this perpetual memorial service, helps the temple thrive and to continue to perpetually propagate the Buddhist teachings for many years to come for the Arizona Buddhist Temple. And so in the prajna for November, we put the list of people who are on this Eitaikyo list. And so every year, we have a few more names that are put on this list. And so I want to thank our loved ones and their families for donating this money to help the temple continue for years to come. So for this Dharma talk, back in early October, my daughter, she had her fall break for her high school. And so her fall break is it's a week off. And so when I was growing up, I never had a fall break. We always had the spring break. But for my daughter, they have fall break now, along with their spring break. And so it's kind of nice. I get to spend some time with my wife and my daughter going on a trip for this fall break. So for October, my daughter was thinking about doing her paper on the Japanese American internment camps. And so she wanted to know more about it. We got her some material, but during the break, we went to Manzanar, California. They have a museum there that's only open on certain days of the week. And so on that Monday, they're open, but for the rest of the week, they are closed. So we had to get there early in the morning to get to that museum. So I didn't realize it was such a long drive to get there. And so we decided that we wake up 3 o'clock on a Monday morning, 3 o'clock a.m. Monday morning to drive to Manzanar. So it was almost a 12-hour trip to drive from Phoenix all the way to Manzanar. So you go through this place called Indio, California, and then from there you go north, and after many hours of driving, you finally get to Manzanar. So we got there probably around about 3:30, 4 o'clock. We're able to go to the museum that's at the Manzanar internment camp. just a question. Have you ever been to the Manzanar internment camp? Well, it's nice. It's a nice facility there. We have lots of exhibits, lots of oral history there that you're able to listen to from the internees and from other people involved with the Manzanar internment camp. But when you're there, one of the most iconic images at the Manzanar internment camp is this monument. And so many of you have probably seen this. This is the monument at the Manzanar internment camp. And the character on this obelisk, it says Eitaikyo, Eitaikyo. And Eitaikyo means monument to the spirits of the dead. The monument to the spirits of the dead. So let me go ahead and show you a little more clear picture of the kanji on the Chinese characters on the obelisk, on this monument. So as you can see, these are the characters for Eitaikyo, monument of the spirits of the dead. So the characters, they were written by a Shin Buddhist minister named Reverend Shinzo Nagatomi. Reverend Shinzo Nagatomi. And he was a Buddhist minister at the Manzanar internment camp. So there was a Buddhist temple in Manzanar. And one of the things that Reverend Nagatomi was really good at was calligraphy. He wrote beautiful Chinese characters. And so he was asked to provide the kanji for Eitaikyo to put on this monument, to be inscribed directly onto the monument for Manzanar. And so when he was asked to do this, he knew he had to practice. And so he spent many hours practicing writing Eitaikyo on the paper that he had at his home. So he practiced for several days. And finally, he took out this really nice sheet of paper and wrote the character Eitaikyo on it. And he gave it to the committee to put on the monument. And so his daughter, in the book that I read, she said that there were times where he was thinking so hard about writing the kanji for Eitaikyo that he could not even sleep at night. That he wanted to have these characters to be the best possible that he could ever write for this monument. And so a lot of love, a lot of care went into writing the characters for Eitaikyo, for this temple, for this monument. So when I think about the characters Eitaikyo, I find that its meaning is very similar to this Eitaikyo service that we have here for the temple today. So Eitaikyo are loved ones who donated money for this service to ensure the temple continues and that we help our Sangha with their education of the Buddhist teachings by buying books on Buddhism. This idea of Eitaikyo, it helps the future of our temple, and it helps the membership and ensures that we continue to go to the future, and it helps educate our children to learn about Buddhism. So same thing goes with Eitaikyo, that we're constantly learning about Buddhism, and with the education of the future, that we continue to educate things about the internment camp, and that for the future, that this never happens again to any other group of people. So in my reading of the Shoshinge, the verse that I quoted at the beginning, from the Shoshinge, it states that
there will come a time where we will awaken from our delusions of greed, anger, and stupidity. We all have gas, greed, anger, and stupidity. And so when we understand this meaning of the nirvana, nirvana is the ultimate place for peace and for joy. So when we attain this idea of Shinjin, this awakening heart and mind to Amida Buddha, we will be born in nirvana. We will be born in the Pure Land when we pass away. So Shinjin can be also defined as faith. And faith comes from the source of Amida Buddha, and his wisdom and compassion develops deep in our heart and in our mind. So when we sincerely understand this wish that Amida Buddha has for us, then that is where we attain this Shinjin, this entrusting heart and mind. So it's important that we have this sincerity, because we come to realize the compassionate heart of the Amida Buddha for all of us, and that he created the Pure Land for all people, for each and every one of us who listen to the Buddhist teachings. So Amida Buddha wants us all to have the single focus to help us realize this wisdom and compassion that Amida has for all of us. And it is there in the Pure Land that we become enlightened people, and that we all become Buddhas. So let's remember this meaning of the Eitaikyo service, that is to perpetuate the future for our temple, and for especially the young people who come to our temple, and that we hope that they continue the Buddhist teachings here in Arizona, and that we remember all the love and guidance our loved ones gave to us when they were alive, and that they are now part of this Eitaikyo list, this Eitaikyo service, and that we all find comfort in the Buddhist teachings. So I want to thank you for watching us today on this live service for Eitaikyo service. I want to thank Vonn Sensei and Mako Sensei for joining me on the altar, and for Chris Takashima for helping videotape our service. And also I want to thank Megan Tang and also Carrie Magnan for helping put the flowers on the altar that we have for this service. So to end, I'd like to go ahead and read from the Shoshinge again. So let's put our hands together on Gasho. When foolish beings of delusion and defilement awaken Shinjin, the entrusting heart and mind, we realize that birth and death is itself nirvana, and universally guides sentient beings to enlightenment. Nijomen Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you, and please have a good day.